ಏ ಅಣ್ಣ ಹೇಳಣ್ಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಅದು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀನ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ?
ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
So hi everyone, I am Saurabh. This is for the first time we are doing something like this, wherein I'm proud to announce that Shikhar Shetty, one of our jewels in our crown, has made it to the Ranji Trophy team, cap 317, hopefully. So today we are going to ask him some questions about his journey. Shikhar, sitting here as a Ranji Trophy player, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ?
I mean, obviously ತುಂಬಾ I'm feeling very happy and grateful that I'm in this position, and this is just the start. Hopefully bigger things to come.
April 2023 is the first time you came here. Now it is October of 2025. Shikhar then, Shikhar now as a Ranji Trophy player. What is the difference?
I feel mainly I've improved a lot skillfully, but more importantly I've improved a lot mentally on how I approach the game, and yeah, that's about it. That's the difference. And I feel to play higher level, it's not the skills that matter more, it's the mindset you have.
So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೀನು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಮುಂಚೆನೂ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಡಕ್ಕೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್?
Skillfully I was always there. To play state I was good enough, but to dominate in state cricket was something I was struggling to do, because I had played probables, I had done decently well there, I had played state, couldn't contribute much to the team. But after coming here I was dominating at the state level. Timappa, I was leading wicket taker when it first happened. Yeah, I feel that's the major change that happened after coming to this academy.
Before coming to us, how were you as a spinner? How would you describe yourself? And let's mix a little Kannada as well.
Andre nange skillfully he's changed a lot. I mean, thanks to Suraj, and I mean the drills that he's given me, that I've never even thought that I would be doing such drills, and I never thought that I would need such drills in my bowling. I thought, come to practice, keep a few spots, bowl to that spot, that's it, your practice is done as a spinner. But then he changed the way I look at things, and feel I'm incredibly grateful to him, to where I am right now.
ಹೊಸ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ, that too a player who has already played state before, ಕೋಚ್ ನ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಟಪ್ ನ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ಕಿ ಓಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐವ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸೀನ್ ಯು ಲೇಟ್, ಐವ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸೀನ್ ಯು ವಿತೌಟ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಐವ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸೀನ್ ಯು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಾಟ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಯು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಶೈನ್?
ಅಣ್ಣ, ನಂಗಂತೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ there is no trust between the coach and player, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. If you don't trust your coach, then you don't trust in his drills, you don't trust in the way he teaches, then if you indirectly are doubting your own self. So it work agutta, will this help me in my bowling? I feel that's one thing that I blindly trusted him, blindly put my faith in him, and ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ತು? ಓಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ಓಕೆ ನೋ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಅಪ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಅಂತ? ವಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್?
ಅದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು. Initially when he was working at another place, I was seeing the way he works with few students, and I've known him since I was 12 years old. We were playing in the same team, and avaginda I've always liked the way he's approached the game. He's coming into the ground, incredible professionalism. He does his warm up, he does his activation. I don't see anybody doing that, even for a normal league game. So I feel I could relate to him. Most importantly, I could relate to him, and yeah, that's why I blindly put my faith in him. and I could see the changes. Initially, the few drills that he told me, it started working in no time. In 2 sessions, I could see changes in my bowling. So that's where it started. I mean, obviously, in the initial few sessions, you can't blindly trust him. But after the first 2 sessions,
when you see things work,
yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. What is one thing he has taught you which you have learnt newly, or ಏನ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಅನ್ಲರ್ನ್, ಅಥವಾ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ರೀಲರ್ನ್? ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ he brought to the table?
Initially, when I was practicing in a different academy, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಣ್ಣ. ಐ ವಾಸಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಹಂಗೇನಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ನೋಡೋದು, ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬೌಲ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್. I should tire myself before playing a game, and I should not be as effective as I am in the game. So that one thing where he changed in my mindset was to practice more effectively, focus more on quality more than quantity. So adu ondu change ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು. I wasn't bowling a lot, I wasn't tiring myself, taking care of my body, and that's one thing where he's helped me change.
Pre-strive and shine, post-strive and shine, what is the biggest difference you notice? ಏನು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಮೇಜರ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ? ಯಾವ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು?
I was more load oriented than drills. I have never liked doing drills. Now also, if I am in front of him, I see he don't like doing drills. But that's something you have to do.
Yes. Even if it's boring,
you have to keep doing it repeatedly. And they say you have to do the boring stuff to get there. So that's one thing that I'm repeatedly doing, and he's made me do it no matter what. I've told him I don't like this, but still he makes me do it, and that's one thing that has changed over time.
Now we'll talk to his coach who has worked very closely with him. Partner, on the end, one aspect ansutte which separates him from other cricketers or other spinners.
The thing which separates him to another level is his hunger to improve, his hunger to learn, his hunger to get better in what he does. I think that fire in his belly was always there, which actually motivated me, to push him a little bit more. I was ready to give my 200% for him to be his 100%. He was never satisfied with a 5-wicket haul, with a selection in the state team, whatever. He always wanted to do something better. I think I can give you one ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. I think I remember 2024 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಡರ್ 23 ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಮಿಫೈನಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, I think semifinals you guys lost. He landed here in Bangalore at 10 o'clock in the morning. ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅವ್ನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅವ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ. 10 o'clock ಹಿಂಗೆ ಲಗೇಜ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, ಅಣ್ಣ ನಾನು 1 o'clock ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ಗೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ previously he had picked up a 5-wicket haul in the state game. He came, he landed here, he land ಆದಮೇಲೆ 1 o'clock ನಾನು ಬರಬೇಕು, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ these kind of small examples that he was setting was more motivating for me to say, behind the nets I have to put a lot more effort in planning his session. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಜನರಲಿ ನಾವು strive and shine ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್, what we do is, it doesn't matter if he's a state player, club cricketer, whatever, we first have a complete method of assessing a player. We do his video recordings, we do his video analysis, followed the same process with him, but made sure that was happening more consecutively over a period of 10 sessions, 5 sessions, between tournaments, between matches. He always used to send me the videos. Analysis ಬಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮೇಜರ್ಲಿ that hunger in him to get better and not be satisfied with his success. He was so engulfed in his success that he wanted to always do much more better than what he is doing.
I'd like to add one more story. Same time last year, I think October 5th, he got injured. Probables practice game. Under 23 versus Ranji Trophy. He was there in the state squad. Under 23 state versus Ranji Trophy team. And I think fielding ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ dive ಮಾಡಿ you fractured your little finger, pinky finger. ಆಮೇಲೆ he underwent a surgery. Cast ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರು by God's grace it was just not his bowling arm, it was his non-bowling arm. Cast ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಕೂಡ he has come and practiced. So ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದ ಸೀನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಬರೀ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಅವರು ಗೊತ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೇಕರ್, ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ದ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೇಕರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಅಂಡರ್ 19 ಲೀಗ್, ಅಂಡರ್ 19 ಝೋನಲ್ಸ್. ಯು ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ಫೇರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇ ದಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಡ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ 23 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೇಕರ್, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವಾಡ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಂಜುರಿ ಆಯಿತು. 5th October was when he got injured. Cut to this year, October 6th was when they announced the Ranji Trophy squad and he was there. So I can say life comes around in a full circle. It was your full circle moment wherein even last year you could have, played Ranji Trophy if you would have played 23 regularly. Andre injury ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಆಡಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, you played only 1 or 2 games. But ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ last year also you had a chance. Now coming back to you, coaching is something I feel, teaching or coaching anything, any imparting education, sometimes it's thankless. So you develop a player and you are in the background. What do you think made you a better coach?
I think first of all, as you said, 100% agree to it. Complete credit has to go to the player. End of the day, ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೇನು, how much ever I teach or I mentor, the player has to involve into it and he or she has to do it by herself or himself. Adu player olgade a drive, it has to come, and the hard work has to be done by the player itself. So the 100% credit has to go to the player itself. Of course the direction is being given by us, but to reach there, to go there and perform by themselves, to be able to manage themselves, to handle failure, success equally, all that has to be done by the player. No matter 100 times we coach them or tell them what has to be done, but they have to carry themselves very well. So that way it is important that the credit has to go to the player. Like Shikhar, he's done everything to reach there. I mean, this is just the first stage, even though, but it's a very good example what he set. But at the same time, as I said, for me, when he is improving his game, it made sure that I need to improve my knowledge as well, because as coaches we cannot be limited with knowledge and we cannot say I don't know how to coach you more than this.
So as the player upskills, even as coaches we have to upskill.
Even as coaches we have to upskill. Now I can give you an example. He had few issues with his trajectories, with his line, transforming from a very good first division bowler to be able to, as I said, dominate. That was our goal, is to not play state cricket, is to dominate in those higher levels. For him to transform from a very good club level first division cricketer, which is the highest level of club cricket in Karnataka, to transform as a bowler from there to be able to dominate in state cricket, there were few technically, we were very keen on becoming technically very strong in his action so that his skill can be developed very easily. So once he was developed technically, he was developed very strong, we had to improve his skills. So small things, attention to detail had to be given. So after he is improving all these things, then even me as a coach need to be sure that I need to have something to work on. I need to have answers, solution to whatever he asks for. End of the day, the demand of the player has to be met. Yeah. So he might be feeling something in a tournament. Since he's a professional cricketer, he's playing T20 today, 10 days later he's playing a 4-day game, 2 days later he's playing a 2-day game. We have to be ready to be playing all these formats, and with that as well I need to have solutions. So majorly the push for me was to improve my knowledge in terms of not just Shikhar, not just him, but somebody who's as skillful as him, technically very strong. Now what else can we improve tactically, what else can we do? So I need to upskill my knowledge as well. That was the main push.
What skill do you think he lacked that you got in, or where do you think it can be mindset, it can be tactical, where do you think he needed that bit of push which ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ತರ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
I think as a spinner, generally first thing what any spinner would need, like what Shikhar needed, was consistency in bowling and complete control over his action. He needed to have a repeatable action. That was the first criteria which we had to meet. And credit goes to him that he didn't take much time to do that. I mean, since he has already played cricket, of course that helped. But the way he involved himself in his personal practice, we had an individual development plan where he had to do something by himself also, not just in the session. I think credit goes to him. He didn't take much time adna improve madake. He didn't take much time. He helped me to go forward much sooner than what it had to be done. So he did all those things very well. He got his control, he got a repeatable action, he got his consistency. Then what he required was to bowl differently to different batters. I mean, to see what the batter is doing, how he can get the batter out, how he can keep the batter silent, how to bowl those dot balls, how to bowl those maiden overs. All these small tactical stuff which he didn't have before. He had a very good arm ball, but he didn't know when to use it, how to use it, whom to use it. So all these small things, ideas, these answers, I mean, it took some time for me also to understand his bowling, watch his matches. He used to come with me to play matches. I used to watch him play matches. So all those ideas, it came, a lot of ideas, we sat together, we discussed and said, okay, these are the small things that he needs to improve to be able to perform much more better than what he's doing now. I think tactically, in terms of reading a batter, I think he's doing that excellently well now. He's varying his pace. That was also a good part of his bowling. The trajectories, the ideas to set certain catching fielders, work under different captains, different needs will be there. How to bowl for the captain. All those small things were something that he improved very well.
January of 2022, I remember, I think mid-Jan, you call me saying, Godu, ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾವೇನಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಈ ಥರ ಏನು ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ರೆಡಿನಾ? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಡಿಂಟ್ ನೋ ನಾವೊಂದು ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. January 2022 to October 2025, producing a Ranji Trophy cricketer. How do you feel as a coach?
I think that is what we as coaches dreamt of. I mean, to produce more state players, to be able to give more focus into grassroots level for kids who are so passionate. Avaru ಒಂದು ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ನ ನಾವು as coaches we need to make sure we are putting some value into that dream and not taking it as a joke. So I think that was always our motto, to be able to produce more people to be better at their game. Doesn't matter if they are able to represent at the higher level or not. The motto we had was to treat everybody equally and support them in their dream. That was the main motto. Same like Shikhar. I mean, this is a byproduct of the process that we follow, of being able to come to practice with the same intent, being very professional in handling yourself, mentally also focusing a lot on how to handle yourself off the field. All this especially now is very important. As you asked, I mean, this is a very good start for us as well. I mean, there are many players who played for the state, but I think Ranji Trophy is a benchmark for any player. Even for me as a player, it is still a benchmark to go there and play for the state at the highest level. I mean, when he's reached there, as you said, from 2022, we got a turf wicket as well, which helps players like him to be able to come. If he wants a turning track, we prepare a turning track, and that's the biggest challenge for a spinner, to bowl on a turning track. So all these things as an academy, from where we started to where we are now, to be able to give whatever the player needs, I think these are all God's grace. I mean, we didn't think that we're going to be able to sit here and talk like this about a player actively playing as well.
Yeah.
So I think that is the most important. I think as you said, it feels I'm also grateful, like what he said, that I have a student like Shikhar with me.
Now, if you have to describe Shikhar in one word, what would that word be?
I think this is a very tough question.
But you get only one word. It can't be a phrase, can't be a sentence. You have to choose, and it has to be only one word.
ಒನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಏನೋ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋದು ಶಿಖರ್, ನನ್ಗಂತೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. I think intense would be the right word. There was never a dull moment when he is around. I mean, he demands intensity. He produces intensity. He doesn't want to see him do bad. I mean, that is always there in him. I think he's very intense with what he does, the way he carries him around. Very professional with the way he handles himself. I think these are all the changes. He didn't have these things before. Mentally, ತುಂಬಾ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಮುಂಚೆ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ, ರನ್ ನೋಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ, ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಆ ತರ he was there like that before. I think that was the biggest mentoring that I had to do with him, is to mentally calm down a little bit, handle stuff easier. Because as he said, ಅವನು ಚಿಕ್ಕವನಿರುವಾಗ when I was playing Sarsayed first division ಆಡ್ತಿರುವಾಗ he was there with me in the team. ಅವಾಗ he used to come and give water. So ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದನೂ he has been observing, I've been seeing him. Then from there he came to first division. That was a big step for him. So I think he was intense from there itself. I think ಇವನು ಹೇಳ್ದವಾಗ he's been observing me from then. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವನ ಆ ಏಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ at 12. So that's not something that everybody have.
ಆಮೇಲೆ I would like to tell all the viewers, ಇವಾಗ ಶಿಖರ್ ಇರಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಅವ್ನು ಲೇಟ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರನ ಅನ್ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲೇಟ್ ಏನಾರ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಶಿಖರ್ಗೂ ಬೈತೀವಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಬಿಗಿನರ್ಗೂ ಬೈತೀವಿ. ಅದು ಅವನಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ವಿ ಫಾಲೋ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್. ಇವಾಗ ಶಿಖರ್ ರಂಜಿ ಟ್ರೋಫಿ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಆಡ್ತಾನೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಗೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಬಂದು ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಬೈಸ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ವಿ ಸೆಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್, ಆಸ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್, ಆರ್ ಬಾಯ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಆರ್ ಬಾಯ್. So it's our rules that he has to follow. So next, I have a question for Shikhar. On the journey, you can keep it short. So ಏನು ಇವಾಗ ಸೂರಜ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನೋ, ದಟ್ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ, ರನ್ ನೋಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಿನಗೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ವಿಕೆಟ್ಸು ಎತ್ತುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್, ಅದಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟೆಡ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಜುರಿ, ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್, bowling so consistently, injury adaga, it's not easy. Any player that plays at that level would know. How did you handle that? Because you're still very young.
ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮ್ಯಾಚು 5 ವಿಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು.
Exactly. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮ್ಯಾಚು 5 ವಿಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. So how was that? Because you're still very young. You're what, 20, 21? 20. So 19 ಗೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, it's no small feat. ಆಯ್ತಾ? I know. He knows. Everyone who has played a bit of cricket knows ಅದು ಈಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. At such a young age, what were you telling yourself, or who guided you? How did it go?
I've always known that I've had the potential to play a certain level, to represent state or maybe or clubs at a good level. So I know injuries are not in my control, and not getting selected or not playing is not in my control. I was just doing what I know best, that is practicing, working hard. That's something that I look forward to doing, practicing hard, high intensity, because you're practicing for 2 hours in a day, or 2 max 3 hours in a day. If you give those 3 hours your all, feel that is going to get you results at some point. If not this year, where I'm not getting chances, next year where I've got injured, I see at the third year where I'm constantly doing well, I know that finally the results have come out.
God has better plans.
God has better plans.
Yeah. Now I have a similar question for you. ಇವಾಗ ನೀನು, I have 2 questions actually. ಸೂರಜ್ನ one word ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಿಂದ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ವರ್ಕ್. ಸೊ ಸೂರಜ್ನ one word ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿನ one word ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Because you have worked with, ಅಂದ್ರೆ here you have worked the most with him, but every coach here has had some part in your journey. Let that be recording your videos ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಅಥವಾ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿರ್ಲಿ, some small part it has been there. So yeah, about him, one word. Even you get only one.
Academy ge I would say professional, and Suraj Anna ge Suraj and again. I don't think one word is good enough to describe him, but
you don't have an option. You get only one.
I would say guide.
Guide.
I would say guide.
Nice.
Because
Mentor, guide, yeah.
because let me tell you why. Because as I already told that I used to worry a lot, and I used to say I'm not getting wickets, I'm not bowling well, not getting my rhythm. He at times where I didn't believe in myself, he believed in me. He said, ನೀನ್ ರಂಜಿ ಟ್ರೋಫಿ ಆಡ್ತೀಯ ನೀನ್ ರಂಜಿ ಟ್ರೋಫಿ ಆಡ್ತೀಯ ಯಾಕೋ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋತೀಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಐಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಣ್ಣ ನೀವೇನಣ್ಣ 5 ಮ್ಯಾಚಲ್ಲಿ 4 ವಿಕೆಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗಣ್ಣ ರಂಜಿ ಟ್ರೋಫಿ ಆಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ I'd see obviously as cricketers I know how I'm doing and I know that there are times where things won't go my way but he's always had that belief when I didn't and
that's the role, no?
That's the role, yeah. And that's why I would say guide. He's always guided me in the right path. Maybe mindset, maybe skill, based on skills. He's always guided me in the right path.
Okay, now ಹಿಂದೆದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇವಾಗ looking ahead. Big Ranji Trophy season for you. Are you excited or nervous? Ing feeling. What is the feeling?
I am incredibly excited, but at the same time there is that gist of nervousness where to say that I am playing at a big level, at a very high level. So obviously nervousness idde irutte.
Nervousness idde irbeku ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? It shows that you care. ನೀನು nervous ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. That is so nerves ಇರೋದು it's a very good thing. So that you don't mind.
And I feel nerves bring out the best game out of you. And incredibly excited to work with the likes of Mayank Agarwal, Karun Nair, Devdutt. And looking forward to learn a lot from them. Evolve.
Yep.
Take my game to an even higher level.
I want you to, say a message to people who are training with us. Because hang nodidre in juniors ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ where you were 2 years back group class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವಾಗ. So what message you have for them? Even a few sentences would help them a lot. Because you have dealt with everything, ups and downs tumba ide in last 2 years. So a message for them.
See, when you're playing a sport like cricket, ups and downs will be there. In cricket basis only, I tell you, in an over you might get hit for 20 runs and the next over you might get 2 wickets. And so, cricket, when you're playing a sport like cricket, you have to keep going no matter what. You have to keep doing the same boring thing, as I already told, to do the same boring things again and again and again, consistently, repeatedly. You're not getting wickets. Day, night. You have to keep doing the same things. And professionalism. You have to be professional. You have to be true to the game.
Yep.
You can lie to anybody, but you can't lie to yourself.
True.
And there's a certain process that I have to follow that process. Because I know if I consistently follow that process, it will give me my desired goals. So that's the message. And one more thing I would like to say is control what you can control. If you can't control a certain thing, don't put your worry into it. Don't put your entire mental bandwidth into it. So yeah, control what you can. Control the controllables.
Yep.
You can't control getting injured. You can't control not getting selected, but you can control being professional, being on time, being 15 minutes early to the session. Bowling. If he's told you 10 overs, bowl 12 overs. There's nothing wrong in it, but always be true to yourself and control the controllables.
Super. ಇವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇವಾಗ ರಂಜಿ ಟ್ರೋಫಿ ನಾನು ನಿಂಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಂತ. ಇವಾಗ ಮುಂದೆ ನೀನು ತುಂಬಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೂ ಆಸೆ. So when you look back, how would you describe Strive and Shine's role?
Strive and Shine has always been another home for me. I've been here every single day for like the past 2 years, or at least been there like twice whenever I'm in Bangalore. And even if I don't practice, I come here, chill with the coaches and spend time here. So it has always made me mentally happy coming here, incredible environment. I would like to say Shine has played an incredible role in making me who I am right now. And the level I'm playing, big thanks to this academy and to the amazing coaches that we have here.
But as a coach and as a founder of this academy, what are your visions forward? Like, what do you want us to do in the future?
I think this is a very tricky question as well. In terms of vision, just like he's sitting next to us, I mean, we want to see a lot of players being able to go there and represent at the highest level. I think we want to reach wherever possible around the world. We still have players coming from abroad trying to work on their skill, specifically on their spin bowling, and that was the main idea, that we want to do something specific to where we are good at, where we are experienced in, and we have also been skillful in those areas. I mean, there are people who are dependent on us to be able to take their game to the next stage. I think vision would be to be able to help them meet their dream, their goals, to help them get better in whatever they're working hard for. I think for us to reach as Strive and Shine, for us to reach a little bit more ahead than where we are now, being able to coach as many spinners as possible, produce a lot of spin bowlers or better cricketers to the state. ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ನಾಳೆ ಅಂಡರ್ 14, ಅಂಡರ್ 16, ಅಂಡರ್ 19, ಅಂಡರ್ 23 ಯಾವ ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನರ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಶೈನ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿರಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಈಸ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್. ಈವನ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜೊತೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ
ಬೆಳೆದಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ,
ಅದರಿಂದ ಮೇನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ 14, 16, 19, 23 Ranji Trophy. Adral in future, I want spinners from Strive and Shine.
Even women's
especially. We already have quite a few women who are playing for the senior team, who's played age group. I mean, that is another place where we're growing as well.
Amele people who are coming from abroad also, or other states also, just help them realize their potential and play for their state even. It's not, I mean, Karnataka, since it's home, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಆಚೆಯಿಂದ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ
it's easier for people around Karnataka to reach to us.
That's true.
And to be consistent with us.
Yep. So I think it's been a very long video. ಸಾಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದೀವಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
I think before we end, I think I need to credit to his parents as well.
Yes,
I mean,
Rajesh sir,
that is a very important point that I cannot miss from
also I would like to add ki ಇವಾಗ ಇವನೇನ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಇವನ್ಕಿನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇವ್ರ ಅಪ್ಪಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್.
Yes, I think Rajesh sir especially and his mom, both parents were very supportive with him. I mean, to be able to, for him to be independent, that is a support which is given by their parents. I think he is supported a lot. For me also as a coach, he's been given a free hand, saying that ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ ಸೂರಜ್, ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅವನು ಆಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಮುಂದೆ, ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ನನಗಿರೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಹಿಮ್ ದಟ್ ಅವ್ನು ಮಾಡೋ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಗೆ, ಅವನಿರೋ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ವರಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಿ.
Superb. So I think that's about it. I personally would like to thank all the coaches and the staff here where we have at Strive and Shine. Even their inputs would have added 1% to his growth. I would like to thank Suraj. I would like to thank Shikhar also for being here, giving us precious time. Wishing him all the best, congratulating him once again on the selection, and wishing him even more heights in the future. That's it for now. We'll see you with a player like him.